Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Top Gingy here. Back to some modern going on. Oh, I need to update that. Um, yeah, we're getting back at it. Uh, Trying to, you know, switch back to some modern here a little bit. I did modern again, and my camera and stuff wasn't operating, but I was testing on a new deck. 4-0'd it. The deck was sweet, so did really good in this event as well. Running some Amulet Titan, as you can see, was probably like my one of my top decks, I think, going on. Um, hello, hello. Something going on with my mic here. There we go. All right. So probably definitely one of my top decks compared to four color. So um, got a good start here. One of the better starts compared to like double amulet, of course. But starting off with the Urza Saga, and I got a one of Misty Rainforest for this one. Kind of like this exact matchup is to make sure you can try to get your basics in case they throw out the Merfolk boy on you. So got me some tea here. Let's get this round updated. Do 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 do. I forget how to. I forget how to. I will figure it out. Oh, no. Done. There we go. That's better. Modern. All right. So he fetches. So currently we are what at? I feel like he shocked that in, and then we have a fetch. So we think he's taken 3 life here. So currently 17 to my taking my one here at 19. So good start here. Got a mana floating forest with amulet. Seeing what he's got going on. So I'm guessing he's just got like force counter spell kind of going on. So amulet trigger got the bounce. I think we're just trying to establish mana here. Um, since we got spelunking and a couple other cards in hand, it looks like a lot of threats. Just trying to keep moving forward. So start off with the spelunking, see where that leads us. Very interesting wasting. I guess it's just trying to like put spells, but like it almost kind of feels like a waste to use a force there. Like you just kind of want to hit. Like I already have an amulet out, so spelunking doesn't add any value. I guess it gets me an extra land drop. So um, force there, let it go. Doesn't. I guess I didn't really have something else. I thought I had a grazer, so clean the dust, hit my enchantment. Trying to figure out whether he got something else because I thought he would get like life instead, but I think it's only when you hit creatures and then anything that's not a creature you just draw a card. I think is how it reads. Artawar on play, can't really tell with the glare. Draw for turn on my side. Um, I'm guessing he just has like three at this point. Has just like three counter spells available. Yeah, hitting Misty Rainforest, it untaps, sack. I'm gonna lose another life here. Go to 18. So 3 mana. What do we do? We're gonna get hit with another counter spell. Trying to see what's in my hand. I know I have another forest that we bounced. I don't think there's another spelunking. Maybe there is. So we green sun zenith. X is 1. We all know the bestie best. So Green Sun Zenith, I think there's a lot of argument about Green Sun Zenith, and I kind of disagree with a lot of people. I think it's a very versatile card. It's also like another Explorer in the deck. Um, I think it's really good. The explore aspect, it's another two. It's literally a 2 mana explore that shuffles back into your deck. And I know it doesn't draw you a card, but it does get you a creature down, and that creature is a really relevant blocker in the format. I mean, it blocks Frog, it blocks Murktide. I mean, it blocks all of the really relevant creatures in Boros really well. Really good at delaying the game while also like gaining your incremental advantage of getting your lands built up. So my opponent here just seems like he's just on mono counter spell. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe we'll get to a point where we just Kessig Wolf run him. That's like one of my favorite cards in the deck. I don't know why people aren't running it. If anyone else is a Amulet fan, I know I've had some people correct me and I've argued with because I don't know well enough, but why Kessig Wolf run's not the play, because to me it seems like the play. I don't know why you wouldn't want to play it. So I drew Lotus Field, so I have the opportunity to make 6 mana. So that would be 3, 4, 5. I feel like I make a mistake here. So that looks like shoot the sheriff and another force of negation / counter spell. I feel like I remember casting an explorer. I don't even have explorer. It looks like freaking 3 Titans. Or 2 Titans and Illumra, and then I have Lotus Field, Beseiju. Yeah, 2 Titans and Illumra. Uh, yeah. I think I decided just to play it safe here. There might have been an argument, so I sack the. I had the ability to sack the Urza's Cave, and I think the right play here is I think I go get a Teleria West, which is probably right, but I probably could have got like a bounce land instead, just to basically ramp me for the turn, turning my Urza's Cave into mana. I guess maybe it's not ramping. It's equal because I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I'm still at 5. Puts a land back into my hand. But Urza's Cave, one of really great card, has a lot of utility. Also has the ability to just win you a lot of games when you're like trying to aftermath analyst go off, or even like the Lumra go off. So so I end up getting a Teleria West, and I think the ultimate goal here with the Teleria West is because he has a Cling to Dust, but this just allows me to eventually just go off, and I think that's kind of my primary goal. If I get a bounce land, or if I sack it with the Lotus Field, um, I get to start going off here. So this is where I'm just like, all right, I gotta start fighting through these counter spells. I have all of the threats in my hand. I literally have an amulet. I have a primeval and a Lumra. I just got to start resolving spells. And there might be a point where I'm just like trying to like double spell, but I think as long as I just keep making a land drop, trying to cast spells, like eventually he's gonna have to resolve something. I mean, we've already gone through a force and a counter spell, so that looks like losing 3 life here, going to 14 at least. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's got to leave that counter spell up. That's tough. And I think Cling is a card that 100% should have stayed. So I think Cling to Dust probably should not have been exiled here. That's just personally for me, just because Cling to Dust is a very relevant card in the matchup with the Aftermath Analyst, which I think is how I win. I think if he exiles the Aftermath Analyst on the target, like, I mean, I'm just like so far behind and I end up losing. So I think this is a pretty bad matchup, this and Boros, but I think they're probably your worst matchups just because they have a really good like main board interaction with like Blood Moon and the Merfolk, a Harbinger. Anyways, um, have really good interaction with that, and the counter spells. You just have to get like a fast start against them to really like take advantage of it. You cannot like just being slow and having a slow start is really rough. So, yeah, resolving Titan, just going right back through it. So, let's see here. Gets in, I take it. Take 6. Got some life total to deal with. Going to 12. I mean, he's got 3 cards. I'm guessing he's got another counter spell in hand. Uh, I don't know what the right play is too. So I still have the Lotus Field in hand, and I felt like Lotus Field you normally want to sack like value lands, so like a bounce land. So like when you reanimate it, you have that bounce land synergy going on um, to bounce stuff. But I feel like if I were to play Lotus Field here, I'd want to sack the bounce land in the Teleria West, just to have those. Ooh, bless it. Just to get that going. And yeah, this is where I decided I just got to keep casting spells. Like, I mean, if he's got it, he's got it. Like, I can't do anything here. I'm eventually gonna lose. So, man, I don't think it matters. Sack the Beseju and the Teleria. So this is where I was like, sack your utility lands. So, but I think it's supposed to be a bounce land. That's what I honestly think. I don't know why I would do the Kessig, because Kessig is like another way I can win through this. It also can be a blocker and can kill Murktide. So like I can block, so the block still goes through, and then pump it, and then they're forced to kill a whatchamacallit, a grazer, which feels great to me. But either way, we got Otawara Beseju in hand. So this is where he kind of goes a little crazy. He's got 2 cards in hand, 2 Thought Scours, draw. I think it's another Thought Scour here for turn. Two lands. I mean, pretty good. Uh, Murktide or Frog would be great here for maximum value. So what do we got in graveyard? We got land, creature, another Murktide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 max value Murktide. So that happens. Still has counterspell in the graveyard. So that is currently an 11/11 Murktide, which is pretty good. I'll block. Before damage, we just bounce it. Just to make sure there's nothing tricky going on. Then he resolves a frog, so probably the best time for me to draw something here. And I draw a Green Sun Zenith. So I have a lot of options here. So, and it looks like um, I'm looking at this. I don't remember what's in my graveyard, but I think I might have been wrong here on having the win. I could be wrong. So because he hit, most of my enchantments are exiled. So I thought I had the win here with Aftermath Analyst, and I end up hitting the Delirium land, and I'm pretty sure I actually didn't have the win. And last time I was talking about this video, I was like, I have the win. So yeah, I don't have Loomer in the deck, so it's go get Amulet, or go get Titan, which I have one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. We go get Bounce Land, red green Bounce Land, and the Haste Land. Um, so I don't know. We might have it, but I think I only have 2 types, so that means I would have to hit 2 more types here for me to be able to activate. And now I'm thinking that I don't have it. So, which I told him I was going to be able to activate, and I was not able to. So you still ended up getting this because I messed up. So just for future, um, man, it's crazy. I'm so bad with names. Like I know this gentleman's name, or I don't know his name. I know his face. I could literally tell you his face, but my recall on names is terrible, and I don't know why. Um, I can tell you all the decks that he's played and everything too, but I just can't recall his name for Seth. I remembered it. So Seth, if you're watching this, you might have uh, might have had the win this turn. So I don't remember, but I would have to specifically hit, and I'm pretty sure it's 3 cards, and 2 of them are lands. So there's nothing that I could hit that would give me Delirium. So so just sorcery. So I just have creature, sorcery, land. So there's probably a really good chance I could still have it. I have I have a way to go get a land. There's Urza Saga. Dang. I don't know for sure. I don't know if I had Delirium there. So Seth, sorry for that. You know, my goal is not to cheat. I guess you just always think you have Delirium when you don't nowadays because it's so easy to get Delirium. But I don't think I had Delirium there, and I don't know if I had a way to get Delirium. So um, I think I had to get another type there. I'm not 100%, so I'd have to look. But if I'm correct, I only had creatures. There was no instances. There was just sorcery. So I had creature, sorcery, land. No enchantments or artifacts. So my other option is there was the fetch land. So if I fetched, hit a surveil, and then hope that there was something on top that would give me delirium. So that's possible. So I think I needed to find another way out. So I mean, there's a good chance that I wouldn't have actually won that game. But I mean, at least on the good note is I would have blocked, unless he had a kill spell, I would have blocked the Murktide. Wouldn't have died that turn. So I was surviving for at least another turn. And my dude was at least safe. I had a bunch of lands, so I don't even think with a kill spell he'd killed me because I was at 12. That was 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. I guess if he discarded all three cards, it's possible. But I mean, I had ways out if I didn't have the combo there. So I think I had a good chance of having it. Could be wrong. So if he had the kill spell for my Grazer, because I could have activated the. I could have got a Surveil land for Delirium that turn. I could have activated the Urza's Cave, and I could have got a bounce land bouncing the uh, Ardawara that I just returned to my hand, and I think I still had enough mana to bounce the Murktide. So I think we were still in a good spot there with the Aftermath Analyst. I don't think we were necessarily losing that, but it wasn't a win that turn. So sorry, Seth. Which I ended up making a mistake game 3 and thought I had the win, and I did not. Well, I mean, I guess I technically, if I would have tapped different, I would have won. But, you know, I showed him that I could, and he was just like, yeah, sure, you got it. It's not a big deal. It's F and M. And I'm just like, no, I'm not that type of person. I think I did it to show myself that this was my mistake, so I could visually remember it. And then I just conceded to him. So, but you'll see. You'll see. Like I said, when we get there to the end, I'm not trying to, so you guys can see what happens at the end of the game. Try to get through sideboarding. My sideboard here against this matchup was a the Forest Cycler, the Turtle that has the activated ability in your hand that you can discard it to bounce a creature or for colorless and blue Colossal Sky Turtle, and Defense Grid. I think there's 2 Defense Grid that I have. So still really love that card. Just it sucks trying to bring that card in when you really don't know how great it is. I really want to try out, like, because you have the Green Sun Zenith package, which I think is right, but trying to find really good green creatures that you can get that are like valuable, are very interesting. I mean, you could be doing like what is it? Right, not Right of the Reliquary, Night of the Reliquary. The one that taps. You can tap it and sack lands and go get lands as a utility creature. So could be playing that. I totally forgot about that. There's um, Destiny Spinner, which makes enchantments and creatures uncounterable that you can go get for these matchups. So, like, if you try to double spell and you're like Green Sun for 2, which is for 3 mana, and then you have 6 mana afterwards, so it's like 9 mana in total. Now you're like, sweet, I got for 9 mana, get an uncounterable Titan or whatever the case is. So, which I guess at that point, if you're at 9 mana, there's a good chance to just like kill it and uh, make or then counter your spell. So I don't know how great it is. There's a plus side that it's also like a win condition for however many enchantments you have. You can for 4 mana make a land and XX equal to your enchantments. So, which you have Urza Saga, you have the whatchamacallit, the 3 mana enchantment, Spelunking, and then you have the creature itself is an enchantment, so you could make a bunch of your lands like 2/2s and 3/3s and try to win the game that way. So as another win plan. I've looked at Kutzel, which is a green-white colorless creature 3/3 that your opponent can't cast spells on your turn. It also says if your power is greater than your toughness, when you deal damage, I believe, you get to draw a card. So that's pretty cool. So okay, I remember this. This was a crazy play. So I cast Defense Grid. He's tapped out. I'm thinking he has a Force of Negation, does nothing about it, and I'm like, set. And then I'm like, all right, dismember your dude. Neg 5, neg 5. He has 5 cards in his hand, or 4 cards, right? He has 4 cards in his hand, so he has to discard every single card in his hand for this thing to survive, and he does it. The man does it. And I was like, oh my god, I was not expecting that. I'm like, all right, go ahead. And it's just this crazy spot, and I'm like, all right, let's delay it for a turn. Let's block the frog. We don't need to let him draw a card. So if I had a land here, I didn't have one, but there was an argument for me to play a land. If I had an untapped land, play land, get the colossal sky turtle, and just bounce his frog. There was that's like a thought that I had, but I really needed an untapped draw here. So, oh, I need to fix this. So, am I at 11? Oh yeah, I went to 16 minus 5. So I'm at 11, and I think he is just shocked. So he's at 18, and then he just fetched there. Man, for someone that just discarded his whole hand, like it's crazy to me that his between his next two draws was or within three draws it was land harbinger. That's so frustrating. I mean, good thing I have my basics, so I wasn't a believer in having one fetch land in the deck, and now I am because it also is a way to like help you get delirium sometimes. Um, After you return all your lands, if you don't have a Lotus Field, you can sack it to get a land back into your graveyard for Delirium. So